Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and we are going to talk about every confirmed location in Fallout 76 today. Now, you may think you know every confirmed location because there was a map put out by someone, and I forget the guy's name. I will put a link down to it because there was someone that put a lot of work and put the whole map out, but that is not confirmed. Now, I'm not taking anything away from that because they did a lot of work, but that was speculation, okay? What I have here in this article, these are all confirmed locations that we know are in the game, and there are a bunch of them, okay? We're going to start, and we're going to go through these 6 areas that we know are in the map. Now, we've all seen this map before, and I hate this camera because it's always backwards. But you know the locations, the forest, the ash heap, the toxic, and we're going to go through those. And all I know to do is go one by one, and I'm going to put them up on the screen so it'll help, and we'll talk about them briefly. I'll try to make this as short as possible, but I also want to give you good information, okay? We're going to start with the forest because that's where Vault 76 is. Obviously, it's where we're all going to start out. It's where the staging area is. So let's just dive right into this. Again, the map that is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. This is so exciting to get into this and talk to you about it. So let's jump right in. The forest is the initial starting area, of course, of Fallout 76, where Vault 76 is located, what I've already said. The majority of the pre-release game footage takes place in this area. In other words, all this trailer footage that you've seen, where all the trees are. In fact, if you see trees, then it's going to be probably in that forest area. It's without heavy radiation because there wasn't any bombs that hit in the forest area. In fact, this is the area you're going to have probably the small type enemies. You're going to have the mole rats, you're going to have the rad roaches, you're going to have the low level enemies in this area. It's a beautiful area, and it's probably got the most locations in it. It's got the most confirmed locations. It's got the most locations we know about in it. In fact, I've got a long list here we're going to talk about, and I can't wait to jump in this. Let's see if the article says anything else. I'm not going to say all this, but anything else wonderful. The settlements appear, and these settlements are called cities, okay, in this article. The cities appear to include the capital of Charleston, West Virginia, Morgantown, and by the way, if I mispronounce any of these, and if you're from West Virginia, please forgive me. I'm from Arkansas. Summersville, Point Pleasant, and White Sulphur Springs. Again, those are all called cities by Bethesda, okay? And again, these are confirmed to be in the game. So what else is confirmed to be in the forest region? Again, this is all confirmed. Again, all I know to do is to tell you and to put it up on the screen and again, talk about it. Okay, these are all confirmed. Those were all cities. I'm going to say them again. Charleston, that's the capital. Point Pleasant, Morgantown, and Summerville, and White Sulphur Springs. Wow, that's a bunch of cities in one. That's only one of 6. Now, what else is there? Of course, Vault 76 is there. Vault Tech University is there. That's in Morgantown. There is the Morgantown Training Yard. There's the Morgantown Municipal Airport. There is Mama Dulce's Food Processing. That is also in Morgantown. There is the Charleston Capitol Building. There is Camden Park. Now again, I'm not going to have commentary on all these because there is a bunch to talk about, and this video would be long if we talked about all of these. There is the AVR Medical Center. That is in Charleston. Just think about the exploring opportunities we're going to have. And again, this is only in one area. Now, I will say the forest has, again, more confirmed locations than any of the other areas. I don't believe that's because it has more. I believe that's just because Bethesda has let us know more about what's going on in the forest because, again, all the trailers show the forest. They want to keep the other ones secret at this point in time. Okay, what else? The Greenbrier Hotel in White Sulphur Springs. That is the one with the vault underneath. That is the one with the beautiful flowers out front with the robots that you see. Beautiful place. Somerville Lake with Somerville Dam and Somerville Mansion, and then also the Charleston Training Yard. Then there is the Nuka-Cola Quantum plant. I cannot wait to get into this game. Then there is the AVR Medical Center in Charleston. Then there is the Mothman Museum in Point Pleasant, which is a very real place that is right outside the bridge there as well. Then there is the Uncanny Caverns, another real place. Most of these are real places. Then there is the New River Gorge Bridge. That's the real bridge outside the Mothman Museum. The Alpine River Cabins. There is the Greene County Lodge. There is the Gorge Junkyard, the Lumber Mill, and the Isolated Cabin. Now those are all just in the forest region. That is one area. I want to say, and again, I'm not going to give much commentary in this because this video would be so long if I did, but Bethesda has said they're going to keep these servers small, okay? Can you imagine being able to explore, and I don't know how many people, 30, 32 or less, are going to be here in this huge, huge map. You may not see anybody as you're out here. Just think of that as one area. This is great. Okay, let's move on to the Ash Heap. Now, the Ash Heap is a very interesting place. And for a background on this, if you haven't watched my video on the new weather systems, if you're an old-timer on this channel, surely you've seen it, about the what they did with coal mining, about removing the top of the mountains. They actually made man-made volcanoes. There's going to be ash storms within this area called the Ash Heap. And what happens with an ash storm, the ash will come down, but there's lightning, and there's ash boulders, and there's man-made volcanoes coming up, and you see some of it in the trailer. Well, that's what's going to be going on constantly during the Ash Heap. And listen to what this article says a little bit about the Ash Heap. Following an accident at a chemical-filled factories, the Ash Heap is home to a hollowed mountain stripped-down mining company's coal mine, bucket wheel, and this is that big, remember the big bucket wheel excavator? And first responders occupied this sacred or scarred slice of earth. The cities of, and then it goes into the cities, and we're about to get into that in just a minute. But this is where you see the firemen, the fire truck, because it talks about the first responders. So evidently what happened here was the coal miners were going on here, and they caused this man-made volcano. So all the fire trucks and everything went out there. Evidently that was going on when the bombs dropped. So you're going to have a lot of the fire trucks and the fireman suits and all that are out there in this Ash Heap area. So it's going to be a very wicked type place. Well, in the Ash Heap, there are cities just like in the forest. Now, I don't know how big these cities are going to be, but they are called cities in this article. And they are confirmed cities. So, the cities of Lewisburg, can y'all hear we're in the country, it's getting almost dark and you can hear that. I hope that don't bother you. Lewisburg, Beckley, Welch, and Bromwell. Again, if I mispronounce these, I'm so sorry. These are confirmed in the region, as well as a vault, Vault 63. Now, we don't know anything about Vault 63. Obviously, we're going to be able to explore it. We don't know what's in it. If there is ghouls in it, if there's anyone in it, we have no idea. But I'm just so excited. Somebody was asking me. Now we know there's no NPCs. They've drilled that in, but I just have to put this out there. I think Bethesda has some surprises waiting on us. I know there are some semi-intelligent ghouls that are in the game. Maybe there's some semi-intelligent mutants that are in the game. We've had those in past games, like Virgil in Fallout 4. We had some in Fallout New Vegas. We had some in Fallout 3 as well that you could talk to. Harold has been a ghoul and a tree that you could talk to. Rumors have been that he might be in this game as well. So I believe Bethesda is going to have some surprises in this game. Maybe they're not an NPC like we would think of, but there's going to be some NPCs in this game. So y'all don't just panic that there's no NPCs at all. not only is there going to be holotapes, there's going to be robots that you're going to talk to, and there's going to be NPCs of some kind. Whether they're ghouls, mutants, or Harold, there's going to be some NPCs. So again, don't panic. Bethesda's got some cool surprises waiting on us, and there may be some surprises there in Vault 63. So that's 2 regions and 2 vaults, because there is a vault in the bottom of the Greenbrier in the forest. So there's 2 regions, 2 vaults, okay? Again, that's just so exciting. Okay, so you have the 4 cities in the Ash Heap. There is 5 cities and a town in the forest. So let's talk about what else is in the Ash Heap. You also have Mount Blair, you have Lake Reynolds, you have Charleston Landfill, you have the Charleston Fire Department. Remember, there's a lot of first responders in this area. You have the Mount Blair Train Yard, you have the Burning Mine, again a lot of coal mines in this area. You have Big Bend. That is not B-E-N, but B-E-N-D. I didn't put the D on it well. Big Bend. You have, and that must be something with a train, I'm guessing. You have the Rusty Pick, which is something to do with a coal mine. I should have studied on these a little bit before this. Forgive me for that. Joe's Spuckies. There you go. And that is in Beckley. And then there is Relay Tower number 3 and Relay Tower number 5. So again, the Ash Heap has a lot, about half of the amount of places that the forest has of confirmed areas. And again, this is going to be a more burned out area than the forest is. Alright, moving on, trying to make this more informative and not too long. The middle of the map, okay, the middle of the map is called the Savage Divide. Now this reminds me a lot of Skyrim, believe it or not, even though this is going to be a very deserted area, but a very, very mountainous area. That's why it reminds me of Skyrim. In fact, it's got a huge nod, or a huge Easter egg, to me anyway, of Skyrim. But it is supposed to be the Appalachian mountain range. And again, I mispronounced that, I know. Sharply splitting West Virginia in 2, which the Appalachians do, the Savage Divide is a barren desert wasteland with varying altitude. The mountains in this region bisect the map vertically, again going right down the middle, creating a challenge for vault dwellers venturing between east and west. Okay, now what is the nod to Skyrim right in the middle? It is the very highest point of the map, and it is called the Top of the World Ski Resort. Now tell me that's not a nod to Skyrim itself. Well, of course it is. And where is... Okay, in the Savage Divide, we only have 4 places that are confirmed. The Top of the World Ski Resort. We have Green Bank. We have the Nuclear Missile Silo number 1 and the Nuclear Missile Silo number 2. So obviously 2 of the places that the nuclear bombs come out of. So there's not much in this area. It's just a mountainous region that is barren. That's all we have in the middle area. It's a big middle that goes It is a big area that goes all the way down the middle. It's not very wide, but it runs the length of the map. Alright, the next 3 is where Bethesda holds everything very close, and I think they're holding most of their secrets in these last 3. In the 5th area that is called the Meyer, it gets its name, it's a swampland. It's on the eastern side of West Virginia. And by the way, all these are named for places in West Virginia. It is packed with hidden secrets, this article says. It is adaptations of, this is a city, W-A-T-O-G-A, Watoga, and Harper's Ferry. They are confirmed in that region. What else is in the Meyer? Again, that's 1 city and 1 town. Watoga is a city, Harper's Ferry is a town. Valley Galleria is also there, and then there is a nuclear missile silo. So that is 3 nuclear missile silos that we know of. There's 2 in the Savage Divide, one in the mire. That is only 4 confirmed places that we know of in the mire. Now again, the forest had how many places? So we know there's so many more places, but this is all we know, so Bethesda's not letting anything out. Now you may be asking, why do we know of so many in the forest, but yet not many in the mire? Because there are only 2 shots that I can remember in the trailer that are taken in the mire. There is one where there is a church house with the Mothman sitting beside it. Do y'all remember that shot? It's a swampy area, and then there's another one where a monster comes out, and there's a swampy area, and there's somebody fighting the monster coming out of the swamp. That's the only 2 areas that I can think of in a swampy area. They don't want anything confirmed. Almost all of the trailer is shot in the forest. That's why all the places we know are in the forest. Okay, the next one is the Cranberry Bog. Now this area is interesting because the plant life in the Cranberry Bog is going to be harmful to the players. You've seen those red cranberry looking things, those cranberry bushes. This is a real-world West Virginia place. It is a collection of 5 bogs found in the southeast of the state. The dark bogs contrast with the vibrant flora with hints of mutated carnivorous plants that may be hostile to the players. Now, the only confirmed location in the Cranberry Bog is a nuclear missile silo. That's all they're going to tell you that is there. And I can remember one shot in the trailer. It is where the 3 people are running through the ditch, where they're running through the ditch, and there's the cranberry bushes up on the... There may be 2 shots in the trailer where the cranberry bushes that you see, but there's no buildings or anything else, so they're not showing anything. And of course, the last one, it reminds me of the glowing sea in Fallout 4, and of course it is called the Toxic Valley. Details on Fallout 76 Northern Toxic Valley are scarce, with no substantial footage in this area so far. In other words, Bethesda hadn't shown anything. They don't want to let anything out. So the further you get toward the 6, you know, you got the forest has the most. And really, I mean, you can look in this article, the further you get down, the less you get. So again, Bethesda's got some secrets for us. It says extra heavy radiation, mutated creatures, high stakes missions. You're going to need power armor, and this is also expected to be the place where the crash site of the downed space station is, and that is the only confirmed or semi-confirmed place is the downed space station. Again, I believe this is the place that is going to be likened to the glowing sea in Fallout 4. A lot of surprises, I believe, wait in this area for the player. I don't know about you, but hearing about all these cities and all these locations has just made me even more excited for this game. There's my word again, so excited. You know, I know there was all kinds of ways to do this video, and I could have gone back and put footage together and done this, but if you're like me, you've seen this footage over and over and over. We only have the 1 trailer and the 2 little snippets, so I hope this was okay, because again, we've seen it so many times. So I really wanted to get it out to you as quick as I could, and just talk to you about it as well. So I hope this was okay. And we're right here on the edge of our podcast, and I really wanted to get this information out to you as quick as possible. So I hope this information excited you as much as it did me, and now you've got it, and you can go back and look at it, and you've got these words on the screen. You can go back and really put it to task and look at that map as well, and think about it and have that information. So I really hope this video helped you. I want to thank you as always for stopping by the King's Corner, and if you hadn't checked out my Patreon page, that's how I fund this whole thing, and I need all the help I can get. And if you are a Patreon, you can get behind the scenes with the KingFanMan, and also I am so excited about this. I am starting right now to do the Patreon podcasts with the King. You can have your very own podcast with me if you are a Patreon. So go check out my Patreon page, and if you just give $5, that's all you got to give, you could be behind the scenes with the King Fan Man and get your very own podcast, and I sure could use that help. So consider supporting this page. And if you're not a subscriber, that is free. All you got to do is just hit that button. So please do that. I am the King Fan Man, and I appreciate everything y'all do. I will see y'all very soon.